Welcome to the garden. I haven't been outside in 3 days, so it's nice to sit out here. It's cool breeze, bit of a cold morning, but it's kind of nice, you know? Literally the most outside I've been in the last 3 days has been walking to and from my car, into the house, to the car, from the car, to the house. So I need a bit of outside time today. So yeah, let me explain what I'm thinking. I want to try daily vlogging for the next week as a bit of an experiment to see if A, it's possible. This might be a complete train wreck, I don't know. We might get to tomorrow and I was like, nope, and you won't see me for the rest of the week. But hopefully not. Hopefully we're gonna be able to stick with it, and hopefully we'll be able to learn something that we can bring back to my process for my normal videos, to hopefully make them more efficient or better or whatever it might be. But I do have a couple concerns going into this that are stressing me out a little bit. And the primary one among them is storytelling. So daily vlogs is all about finding a story inside your day and telling that story. And you only have one day to concept to completion, the entire video, the entire story. So I'm kind of stressed about finding a story, because in my head, a story can be one of two things. It can be either a challenge that you have to overcome. So if there's something that's I've got to try and do in my day that's going to be hard, I can bring you guys along and make a story out of it. Or it's got to be something that's kind of educational, that's got a bit of informational content for you. So that could be something like, I guess this video, kind of. Or maybe it's something about my morning routine or whatever it might be. So I kind of have to try and find a story every day, which is a little bit stressful. I'm kind of afraid of trying to figure out how to do that every day and then worrying about will I run out of ideas or whatever it might be. But I'm hoping that through this process, I can learn to be a better documentary storyteller, essentially. Just sort of documenting my day and finding a story and making a story, crafting a story out of the elements of my day. I think that if I can learn to do that, then this is going to be a really beneficial experiment to my filmmaking as a whole. But for now, it's something that really stresses me out. I don't know how I'm going to find a story every day. I think I'm going to have to learn to look for enjoyment and fun and story in the mundane. Especially in lockdown, because we're in lockdown right now. So because we're in lockdown at the moment, we put a bunch of games out the front so that people from the public can just take them. We're trying to get rid of them anyway. So, you know, it's kind of a nice way to give people something of value, hopefully, so they're not bored during the quarantine times. But let me talk about another thing that's kind of stressing me out a little bit to do with this daily vlogging thing. I'm worried about like production quality as well, because I don't have time, you know? Like, I don't have time for, hold on, we're gonna hold for cars. So I have 1 day to make, it takes me 4 days to normally make a video. I have 1 day, that's like, what? I have to do things 4 times as fast. So really I have to be shooting and done shooting by lunchtime. So I have like 2-3 hours to shoot realistically, and then another like 2 or 3 hours to edit in the afternoon, and then an hour to upload. So I'm worried about trying to do it all in the day. I don't have time to second guess my story, to question the process. I just have to just go and do it. So I'm kind of worried about like being able to fit it all into 1 day, you know? So hopefully I can do that, and hopefully I can learn some things that will make my production process more efficient when I return to actual videos. Hopefully there's some things I can carry across so I can actually make videos faster and put out more things for you guys on a more regular basis. Whilst I'm out here in the outdoor life, hanging out in the garden, probably a good idea to do some exercise bike. Ooh, can you see that behind me? There you go. Exercise bike, good for the health, gets you outside, that's what we like to see. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of the exercise bike. It's a little loud. I'm gonna pedal slowly so you can hear. There we go. Let's call this a relaxed stretch. and we'll just pedal slowly and talk. So the other thing that I'm kind of worried about with daily vlogging is like production value. I like to try and be intentional and to really think about all the different aspects that go into my film and trying to use those to tell my story, but that takes me hours, you know? There's hours of pre-production and production and post-production, and normally it's like at least a 4-day process, as I said earlier. So, you know, how do I condense that into a day? That's what I'm not sure about as well. Do I have to cut aspects or ignore aspects? Like, should I cut color grading? Color grading takes me like 3 hours sometimes just for like a 2-minute video. Maybe I should cut color grading out of the process and just film it all in a standard profile instead of in log, which I am actually doing at the moment because I'm thinking that's going to help me. And should I, you know, worry about wardrobe and what I wear and how that creates a color scheme with my environment, or should I just forget production value and just, I don't know, you know, all these questions that I have. Should I be doing like cinematic B-roll with all the slow motion and all the epic lens differences and swapping out lenses and changing all the settings and depth of field, or should I just be filming random things and a bit more run and gun style that sort of just shows what's going on? All these questions, I have no idea how to approach them. But hopefully by doing this daily vlog thing, I'll be able to learn a bit more about how to do the documentary filmmaking side of things, to sort of work with the conditions that I do have, to utilize the natural light and the wardrobe that I've got around and the location that I've got to try and make the most cinematic thing without having all the tools everywhere all the time. So hopefully that'll be a good thing for me and it'll help me to grow as a filmmaker, but I am gonna have to figure out how to do all these different things. But I think that's sort of more of the style of vlogging as well. It's supposed to be a bit more scrappy, a bit more run and gun, so hopefully that works in my favor. I don't really know. So this is gonna be a learning curve this next 7 days to try and figure out how to do that. All right, back to it. So that's probably like my top 3 reasons why I'm kind of afraid to start this whole daily vlog thing and give it a try. But I'm hoping that I can learn a heap through doing this. I'm hoping it'll be a really good experiment and I can take a lot of things back to my process when I go back to normal videos. And hey, maybe I'll love it so much that I'll just keep doing daily vlogs and it'll just become the next thing. I don't know, who knows, maybe I'll enjoy it. But that's what the point of this is. So hopefully, over the next 7 days, you will see 1 video a day, whatever that might be, and hopefully they will improve as time goes. But right now, I have to head off, I have to edit this video so I can put it up for tomorrow. Yeah, so it's ready to go. Daily vlogs, look forward to it. I'll see you tomorrow. Not next Wednesday, tomorrow. That feels weird to say. Okay, bye. I do not want to do this. I'm like stressed out. Daily vlogging? Yes, no?
Yes, of course I'm excited. Why wouldn't I be excited?
Are you going to watch them?
Yeah, obviously.